Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So our questions were so many, we had to do a part 2. I do apologize. So once again, I thank you so much for the support. I really do appreciate it. So let's continue with our questions. So I think we were on question 7. Yeah, I think we're on question 7. So this question is, I'm in a relationship with this amazing guy and best believe he is so great to me, but lately he's been acting so protective. I understand him, but I live in a country that's not bad when it comes to security. I love him and get where he's coming from, but yo. Okay, so this is it. This is has got two sides. So protection is embedded in relationship. Protection and that feeling of jealousy and is part of love. But whenever it becomes overprotective, it becomes suffocating. It's no longer love. Probably it's insecurities, which is something that you have to discuss with him. You know, love is communication. Whenever you're in a relationship, communication should be your best tool to use. So sit down with him, talk to him, and say, I really understand your love, your concern, and everything, but I think you're suffocating me. You're communicating how you feel. If he really loves and understands you, best believe he's going to understand, or probably he's going to explain why he does that, or but the best thing is to bring it up to him, because the moment you don't speak about it, he doesn't know what he's doing is suffocating you. You're being suffocated. It might kill something which is actually beautiful, but if you bring it up to him, he might see how to help you. So our other question is, do you believe in second chances? So I do believe in forgiving. I do believe in forgiving people, but I think it has to do with what you have done. There's certain people that you have to forgive and let go, because being with them is more damage. You understand. You're like, okay, like, I'm not going to allow your behaviors to affect me. I'm not going to allow who you are to take me down. But I get it. You're apologizing now. You're realizing that what you've done is wrong. But taking you back to the place you once had in my life is impossible. You broke it. You broke the trust. You have to live with that. You have to live with the fact that let's say you lied, so you have to live with that thing that you lied to me. You ruined me. You ruined every fiber of belief that I had in our relationship, our friendship that we had. It's gone. It's dead. You killed it, not me. You did. And me forgiving you doesn't mean it's my responsibility to take you back. I'm forgiving you for my sake, because I don't want to hold on to these things. And I can see you outside and be happy. I can see your wins and be happy. But having you on my side, nah. So that's me. So I don't know if it's believing in second chances or not. I don't believe in taking someone back. I don't believe in taking a betrayer back, but I believe in forgiving them. I believe in giving them another chance of seeing a happy me. I'm not going to be mean to them. So that's the second chance that I can give to them. Not you being on my side again. No. So our other question is, what's life like in Aussie compared to Zim? Like, what's life in Australia compared to Zim? Whew. So let's say this is from somebody who's not married, right? So life in Australia is nice, right? It is nice. You get to work for yourself, you get to do things for yourself, you get to alleviate yourself. But it's a life that comes with sacrifices. So I'm speaking for a girl that is like my age, or a boy that is similar to my age. So, when you're leaving your home country, you've got your friends, you've got your family, you've got this genuine support. But when you come here, you have to build it on your own. And when you're building something, it you might use the wrong materials, and the structure falls down. You might get the wrong company to work with, and it affects you. So there's a lot of emotional damage that happens when you come here, because you don't know what to do. You don't know you think you meet people that are going to help you, but they're not. You think you met the right friends, but they're not. Like everybody's trying to survive. So it comes with a lot of sacrifices. It's good that you get to build yourself, you get to be a better person. If you're hardworking, you can study, you can be someone. But it just comes with sacrifices of family, love, and all of those things. But it's not that you can't get them, but it takes a while, to build those things again. But life here, yeah, if you yeah. So it's 50-50. You have to choose your own poison, technically. So our other question is, the balance you have between social media is still mysterious. Okay, sorry. This is not a question. This is a compliment. It's not a question because I'm reading it through, but there's no question. So let's okay. All right. So yeah. So these two were not questions, they were compliments. So we don't have to discuss them. So our other question, so we're gonna dive into the personal questions that we got. Right. So what's something that people misunderstand about you? Oh, I think people misunderstand a lot of things about me, which is fine. Which is something that I've come to understand that it's totally fine. Like really, it is fine because not everyone has to get you. So for me personally, I'm someone who is very blunt. Like if you ask me something, I tell you what it is. I tell you how I feel, I tell you what it is. So I'm someone who's just very, like I just say things as they are. And people confuse it with being rude and, like, oh, that's not very nice and, all of those things. But it's just the truth. And I think the other big thing that people confuse me with is that, like, that I'm very quiet, which is not true. I'm not quiet, but I think I'm reserved when I don't know you. When I don't know you, I don't feel the need to express my energy. I allow myself to know you. I allow myself to understand the type of person you are, and then you can get to experience my jovial energy. So our second question on private section is: are you more of a private person or open? I think I'm both. I'm private to everyone, and I'm open to the closest people around me. So it's funny how a lot of people can think that they know me, but actually they don't know me. So I think maybe probably when we were speaking, I get to give people answers they want to hear, if you know what I mean. I get to give people the answers they want to hear. So whenever they go, they're like, oh my God, like now I know who Tina is. Now I understand what she does, da 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 da. But when you're a friend or when you get to be in that inner circle, that's when you're like, oh, like I really never knew you. Like I literally didn't know you. So that's the other thing about me. So I'm 6'7". So I'm in between that. So the third question on the personal section is: what's something you're still healing from? Um, I think the death of my sister is something that I feel a bit stuck on sometimes. Where, like let's say I did something that should always cheat me to do, like do this, do this, do this, and then I finally do it. I always see myself going back in that space where I'm like, I really wish you could see me do this, like I really, really wish you could. So I think that's the something I'm still juggling with, and I know that it's not something that you could ever heal from. You heal, but you don't forget. So yeah. Do you trust people easily? No, 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 no. I don't. I don't trust people easily because I think it's just common sense. Why would you trust someone easily when you know how deadly a human mind can be? Do you know there are people that actually pretend to like you, but they don't? So imagine you trust them easily and they're pretending to like you. You would die young. Don't do that. The last question of our day is, what's your biggest fear in life? So my biggest fear in life, I've got two biggest fears. My first biggest fear is to not make my parents and myself happy. It's one of the things that keeps me awake sometimes. I'm like, I have to make myself and my parents happy, and my siblings happy. Like, I have to make them proud. I don't want them to see me and say, you could have been much more. Like, I don't want them to look at me and say, you were so much, you were capable of becoming this person, but you failed. Ooh, nah. And my second biggest fear is to not live the life that God has written for me. Like, I don't want to live a purposeless life. I don't want God to look at me and say, you went this way and you had to go this way. What a waste. I don't, I, it scares me, and I think, yeah, those are my two biggest fears. Like, they keep me awake sometimes, but I think the thing is, when you work on them, things do get better. So, drum roll, we've come to an end. I love, 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 love you guys. I do really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for sending through your questions. Keep sending through your questions. So we do have Tuesday, Wednesday, and then we're dropping another one on Thursday. So if you do have questions, if you want to say something, and we did get a message, which came late, because our link is open all the time, so you can send in through questions all the time. So if I didn't read your question, please don't be angry. I can read it on Thursday. You're never left out, and I do really, really appreciate your love and support. Stay safe. Love you guys. Bye.